When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seemed impossible to face, and when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. I just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood my ground. They will never ever take my crown. Oh, Jah bless, I say no man curse. Things getting better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers asking for a search. search. They found no weapon, just only a drawers. But I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now. When they come with their evil thoughts, I just listen whenever they talk. That is the light into my dark. He cut and clear all my faults. They fight me without a cause, trying to make my life so hard. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, give it all reward. I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now. So down to mix me up in your dirty game. You're only trying to tarnish my name. You're only looking for the innocent to blame, when you're the ones who wish the guns down the lane. You only cause destruction and the pain, but the righteous believes in the rain. Love is all I got to give and I'm not to shine. Looking for the future, the sky I can't tame. Cause I'm so solid as a rock and they just can't stop me now. Even when they send their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now. So they can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood my ground. They will never ever take my crown. Who's a bless, I say no man curse. Things getting better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers asking for a search. They found no weapon, just only a dropper. Solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now.
What's the matter, people? Solidarity. Solidarity. Oh. Everybody wants the same thing, don't they? Everybody wants a happy end. They wanna see the game on Saturday. They wanna be somebody's friend. Everybody wanna work for a living. Everybody want their children warm. Everybody wants to be forgiven. They want a shelter from the storm. Look at me, I hate your enemy. We walk on common ground. We don't need to fight each other. What we need, solidarity. Oh, solidarity. Solidarity. Oh, yeah. Solidarity. Nobody likes to ask for money. Nobody likes to play the clown. Nobody likes to wait in a long line. Nobody likes being pushed around. Everybody wants a family protected. They want to express themselves. Everybody wants to live forever. Look at me, I ain't your enemy. Don't believe everything you hear. This is no time to fight each other. What we need, solidarity. Solidarity. Oh, solidarity. Solidarity. Oh, yeah. Solidarity. 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 Hey, people! Everybody wants the same thing down there. Everybody wants a happy end. They wanna see the game on Saturday. They wanna be somebody's friend. What we need, solidarity, solidarity, whoa, solidarity, Lord, solidarity, oh yes, solidarity, 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 what we need, solidarity, what we need, solidarity, whoa, solidarity, 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 solidarity. Many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering, I am lost as I travel along wide cliffs of Dover. Many rivers to cross, and it's only my will that keeps me alive. I've been licked, washed up for years, and I merely survive because of my pride. But loneliness won't leave me alone. It's such a drag to be on your own. My woman left and she didn't say why. Well, I guess I have to cry. Many rivers to cross, but just where to begin? I'm playing for time. There been times I find myself thinking of committing some dreadful crime. Yes, I got many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering, I am lost as I travel along.
We can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. Whoa, yeah. system. We're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Well, now I shall tell of my story, 'cause this story has been lies, yeah, contradicting themselves in every illustration, and they make believe in a world of confusion. Now I just see that they are not real, 'cause the truths have been revealed. And if we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, the victim. Got to make a change. Whoa, make a change. Whoa, treating our people like they are garbage, and through loss of vanity, we never seem to acknowledge to the weak and the feeble. You took advantage to give yourself that tolerance, because you think we're underprivileged. Now it's time for us to reinforce ourselves. Who's gonna do it for us? None but ourselves. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Now I shall tell of my story, 'cause his story has been lies. So if we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system. We can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. Whoa, well. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Well, now I shall tell of my story, 'cause this story has been lies, yeah, contradicting themselves in illusion, and their make-believe. In a world of confusion, now I just see that they are not real, 'cause the truths have been revealed. And if we don't change up the follies and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. If we don't change up the follies and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. Got to make a change. Whoa, make a change. Whoa, treating our people like they are garbage, and through loss of vanity, we never cease to acknowledge to the weak and the feeble. You took advantage to give yourself that tolerance, because you think we're underprivileged. Now it's time for us to reinforce ourselves. Who's gonna do it for us? None but ourselves. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. My heavens declare, Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his light. Now I shall tell of my story, 'cause his story has been light. So if we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, you know, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system. Wake it.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let them all pass all their dirty remarks. One love. There is one question I'd really love to ask. One heart. Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind? Just to save his soul, believe. One love. What about a one heart? One heart. What about a little? Get together and feel alright. As it was in the beginning. One love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. One more thing. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. One love. So when the man comes, there will be no doom. One song. Have pity on those whose chances grow thin. There ain't no hiding.
hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind. Just save his soul, believe one love. What about a one heart? What about a let's get together and feel alright? As it was in the beginning, one love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Alright. Dance and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Almost there. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. One love. So when the man comes, there will be no doom. One song. Have pity on those whose chances grow thin. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Yeah. One love. What about the one? One heart. What about the let's get together and feel alright? I'm pleading to mankind. One love. One heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. So let's gonna get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright. Whoa. Let them all pass all their dirty remarks. One love. There is one question I'd really love to ask. One heart. Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind? Just save his soul, believe. Praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Almost there. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. One love. So when the man comes, there will be no doom. One song. Have pity on those whose chances grow thin. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Yeah. One love. What about the one? One heart. What about the let's get together and feel alright? I'm pleading to mankind. One love. One heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. So let's gonna get together and
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood my ground. They will never ever take my crown.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection. Oh my goodness, when it's a Thursday, I just come alive. Well, a little livelier than the other days because I absolutely love being outdoors. We are here at the Ligani Club. It is well dressed for Christmas. The festive season is present. Evidence of it is present everywhere. And so I welcome you to the Morning Connection. Minett and Percival Palmer, we are the dynamic duo.
No, we are a part of
What
the
are we a
duo,
part
the
of?
powerful duo in God.
In God.
The Morning Connection duo.
Oh, it is Free Flowing Thursday. And the producer is keeping us on our toes. We're making up names for ourselves this morning. I welcome you. It is always a delight to be here on a Thursday morning. The Ligani Club, private members club, a sporting club in the heart of New Kingston. They are our hosts on Thursday mornings. JD's Urban Pub, your premier location for fine Jamaican cuisine. And it being Christmas time now, you know, Percival, we can expect all kinds of Christmas treats. So we're just getting you excited to think Jamaica for this season. And if you're in Jamaica, think Ligani Club as you partake of the holiday festivities. Welcome, Pastor Percival.
Good morning. Why do you think people would want to shut down the celebration of Christmas? Is it because of what it represents to the world? I'm not going to get into when it actually happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's symbolic.
Yes,
we choose to celebrate on the 25th of December. We say this is the day on which those of the Christian faith acknowledge and celebrate the birth of Christ. But you ask a question which, knowing you, I figure you are looking at, is this part of the Antichrist sentiment that persons would want to say, stop it, do not celebrate this man. He wasn't born at this time of the year.
He wasn't born at all. He wasn't born at all.
Some really wanting to say he wasn't born. We're not certain that he even exists. Some people, I heard a relatively young person use the word fandangles earlier this week. It just kept me so entertained every time I think about it. I arrived at his premises, beautiful place, but I noticed that where everybody has wrapped a little bit of tinsel, put up a light or something to acknowledge the season, and you know I'm a Christmas girl, there was not a sign of anything. So I asked the question, I said, no Christmas decoration or something. He said, we burn fandangles.
But him born fandangle.
Or did he say firepower fandangle?
Well, that's
No, but the word...
somebody online had said
that.
Yeah,
Firepower Christmas. So I thought, but I said, all right, I get the spirit of it. He says, they don't decorate. But I did not from that interpret that he was rejecting the idea of celebrating the birth of Christ. He's just saying, and you know the word fandangles? You know the word fandangles?
Of course.
I had to go. First thing I said, what an old-fashioned word from a young person. Has the meaning changed?
It grow with him. Learning.
A fandangle is a purely ornamental thing which is of no practical use. And I said, well, I guess he's right. Look at the decorations that are here. A beautiful golden ball, a bright red one, the bells, the lights. Those are truly fandangles.
You just think about it. But,
Now, some people
I go back to Isaiah 9.
don't want the fandangles.
Go back to Isaiah 9. Or unto us.
A child is born. The Emmanuel, God with us.
A child is born, but unto us a son is given. It's so quick it makes that translation. Child born, son given. Government upon his shoulder.
So maybe, are you amongst those who say it's not an occasion for celebration, it's great mourning and sacrifice and prayer and lifting up the son and appreciating the son, but it's work that the son has been given to us to accomplish. Great and terrible work. And in as much as I love Christmas for the fun of it.
And the generosity.
Easter is my true Christian holiday because I see the sacrifice, I appreciate the sacrifice, and I know that my real appreciation for the sacrificial death of Christ is to walk a similar path, to partake in his suffering. So Easter is my real spiritual holiday. Christmas is just fun, fun, fun. Love it. Love it.
You just love it. That's
Yes,
why I see
I
you
love
in your. That's why I see in your.
I am in my red and white.
This morning.
I wanted to get like a poinsettia for the table, but I never put enough effort into it. From where we sit, we can see the Ligani Club Christmas tree.
And all of the.
And all the pandangles.
All of the different ornaments and trimmings.
All right, I got the signal for us to take the first break of the morning. It's 7 o'clock right here on the Morning Connection. Please stay with us. Minett and Percival have plenty of things to talk about with you today, and we do have some guests who are dropping in, so please stay tuned.
You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Yo, what go on, Gary?
But there, Donovan, you catch no fish today.
You all know, say, me no go out all week.
Why? Why go on?
Just a whole lot different pre lately, you know. We have to preserve the fish in the sea. The whole thing a change up. You know see it? The whole environment, brother. Everything we are going at the world, you know. Everything set away party. Down to the sea. We just a mess up.
What you really a say to me?
You know see, climate change. The whole ecosystem no balance again. It half key, brother. So we just a catch a fish. Me, you, and everybody till no fish no left. This how we mash up life in the sea. The way everything we live in the sea just relate to one another. We just a mash up the environment. Them thing they make climate change go on, brother. You see it?
Climate change?
Yeah, man. That we are contribute to right now.
So that's why you really never go out and catch no fish today?
Yeah, man. We are overdo it. Certain type of fish, you can't see again. You can't find fish in a certain place where they have no fish one time.
Yeah, I know that. Long time is that.
You see all of them? That a pollute the sea.
A real thing, you know?
You see what me I say now, though?
Yeah, man. We see the water change over the years. For real. We are the fishing business a long time. And missing enough things, but I know everything connect.
Yeah. To how we are move right now, the fishing business a contribute to climate change. And then that itself come affect the sea and the fish where we are catch.
Sound like we need everybody to hold that prayer, you know.
Yeah, man. Are the real meds that? And we are contribute to the problem. So if we do something different, it a gonna make a change.
True, you know. We will start talk the things them and show the whole community our vibes.
You know, sir, that me a pray. Cause me can do my part. But me alone, just not enough. We need everybody in this.
True. And guess what, no? We can start investing in the freshwater fish thing.
Yeah, Gary. That are the next step. Start your own fish farm. And we can keep up the supply. And we just don't have to go catch no more fish.
Listen out for another exciting episode of this drama series. We must protect, prepare, and preserve climate-smart fisheries make climate-ready communities. A message from the National Fisheries Authority.
Government pensioners, the Accountant General's Department Mobile Life Certificate Drive is coming to your parish. We'll be in St. Mary on December 1. On December 2, we'll be in Portmore. December 4 in St. Elizabeth. On December 5 in Hanover. And December 6, Westmoreland. Trelawney pensioners, the AGD will see you on December 7. St. Anne on December 8, we're coming to you. We'll be in Spanish Town on December 9. Portland on December 11. Clarendon on December 12. Manchester on December 13. And we'll make our final stop in St. Thomas on December 14. Remember, life certificates can be submitted at the St. James Parish Library and the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service using the electronic drop box. For more information, visit our website at treasury.gov.jm.
The National Solid Waste Management Authority's mobile application was launched on June 5, 2020 to facilitate digital reports of littering in public spaces and illegal dumping. Since then, there have been more than 2,000 app downloads and more than 1,500 reports. Mikhail Graham, a teacher by profession, shares his experience with the app.
I believe that majority of individuals can use it regardless of age or limited knowledge of internet or technology. It was quite easy to navigate as you had the different options for you to fill in your name, email address, number, and a part for you to include what the status was like. And out of 10, generally, it would be like a 9 out of 10 in terms of user-friendly.
You can download the NSWMA app by visiting the Google Play Store or the iOS Apple Store and typing in NSWMA. A message brought to you by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Bess 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make we chat, no man.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi style?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try calling her, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Bess 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make we chat, no man.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it. Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
Jamaica,
and the world. You want us back? We are back. The Breakthrough Deliverance Ministry, led by me, the prophet Mark Stewart, right here on Best 100 FM. This and every Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Yes, it's War Room Thursday. Come on out and join us, each and every one, on Best 100 FM, 100.1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Come on out. Join me, the prophet, Reverend Mark Stewart, and of course, the boss shot, Apostle Marshall. Come for your healing, breakthrough, deliverance, the prayer, the miracle, the word, the testimony, and so much more. Yes, my friends, Best 100 FM, Best 100 FM, War Room Thursday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Join us. We are going to lick it till it busts.
Ready for the warfare. Ready for the warfare.
Miss Wire. Greetings. I go by the name of Miss Wire Waste. Catch me on Bess 100. I will be discovering the greatness of Jamaica and Jamaicans through people, places, and things, home and abroad. Playing you some good music, along with interviewing artists, soundmen, producers, and Jamaicans making a difference all over the world. So catch me between the hours of 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday on Bess 100 FM. One love.
I saw you stepping from across the street, smiling happily with everyone you meet. Miss
Fearless and love more, 'cause you open up the door.
Live, camera, volume. Live it up Fridays on Best 100 FM. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with I, Ibi Lion, each and every Friday. Giving you the better vibes, heard everywhere.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome back. Free Flowing Thursday at the Ligani Club, Minett and Percival. We welcome you again. An especially warm welcome to Miss Bevan Fairweather. She is on fire this morning. I want to share some of the powerful insights she's giving us. She's in the mood for the morning we're having. She's a good morning. May all who participate in the platform come to the acceptable requirement of the sovereign God. And she used words that I love because we've been talking about sovereign. What does it mean that God is sovereign? Earlier this week, we were speaking of it from the perspective of Daniel and the happenings in Daniel. When you see a great king like Nebuchadnezzar was being reduced to the place of an animal eating grass and sleeping in the dew, when you see him restored to his senses and by his own hand, writing and acknowledging that there is a sovereign one and everything he has, he understands now fully that all things come. So sovereignty and the principle of sovereignty is something that I don't think we will ever stop talking about, because we want you as individuals to recognize that God has given you sovereignty over some things, and how you exercise that sovereignty and how you accommodate the other sovereign beings that are around you, because all of us in charge of this temple that we get. But she goes further. She says, that is accepting the Messiah, the new Adam, the new man, as the way, the only means for mankind's survival and existence. Right away, she wake up some of my comments that I've been making about the COP, the climate change discussion. Yes, because how will man survive? How will mankind as a species survive on this planet, which we are abusing and using in different ways?
They walked away from being good stewards.
Oh, Percy.
Yes, we have walked away.
We need to repent.
Yes, we have walked away, and when you walk away, when there's a path, and you come off the path, the repentance bring you back, because
there's
when
a
you
process.
When you go on that other path,
yes,
that's why you have to repent. Jesus says you have to think again the way that you're on, because
consider your ways,
yes,
and make the change.
Yeah, and that brings into question our thinking.
There's more
mindset.
from heaven, you know.
True.
There's more. She says, now we see through a veiled knowledge of our reality. It's blurry.
Yes.
Yes, we're not seeing it. Unable to recognize what is real in its fullness. That there are gods who play us as pawns.
Yeah.
Spiritual beings in high places.
That's what we're talking about.
We were. She was tracking. Yeah, that's why I'm sharing it, because I love what she's saying. And then she said, just kind of wrap your mind around this concept. 1,000 years is but an evening, she says. Well, we know 1,000 years is like a day.
In God,
yeah. To really to show you that God don't exist in our time and space continuum. He's not under pressure.
He's not bound by that.
He's not bound by it. You and I have lived a certain number of years at this time of our lives. We are being very careful about certain things. We're more aggressive in pushing for certain things. And some persons who are older than us have just given up. Good morning to Miss Mary. Mary likes to say, she has a way of saying that the thing late, gone late. She did want it yesterday.
And she said, a long time, from 59, we are talking about that.
And don't mention Mr. Branch.
Oh.
He says, from 1975, he is speaking a certain message, and the message is being rejected. So at this time of his life, every fresh rejection is like a nail in your coffin. God don't exist under that pressure.
But the God that I serve, and I know you serve him.
Yes.
In an instant.
Yeah, we met at the serving table.
He changes. And it changes.
He has the capacity
just because
to reverse, to fast forward, to expand, to contract.
And that is simply based on the reality that he is God.
So you know that when you are totally locked into what he's doing, you are ageless.
Yeah. But then you're ageless with your spirit,
Yes, that's why when you're totally locked in, you're ageless.
Yeah.
You don't respond to the pressure of time. You don't feel the pressure of time. And God willing, you do it right, your body does not respond in the same way to the pressure of time.
It doesn't.
Where in the world is Earl Brown? Earl says where he is now, it's still dark. He noticed that where we are is lit. Earl, we have to find a way to calm the sun down.
No, but
so I'm curious where he is, where it's still dark.
I think probably is in Alberta or someplace like that.
He's still in Canada, yeah.
Earl, are you in Canada still, my brother? Because him always, he He's
never know, he's a world traveler, and I love it.
He is enjoying his retirement to the max.
Oh, you know he's retired. You think he's retired?
But that's why they tell me.
Oh, you did say that.
The track that a long time ago.
Yeah. All right. So for this morning, Percival, where are we going this morning? I know it's free flowing, but let's put a little shape to the flow. I know our friends from JPS are gonna be back with us this morning, and we're getting the top lady herself, your friend and mine.
Oh, from a long time.
And we're going to compete again. Who know her?
No, we're not going to compete.
Longer?
No, it's my friend. My friend is one of my sheep. You didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah. Does she know?
Yeah, she knows that.
That she's one of your sheep?
Yeah, man. And we were talking about sheep this morning. Remember that thing about sheep and eating off grass that is not good for you?
Oh, that's I never used the word sheep one time, so I got confused. I happen to love eating sheep. So
you like mutton?
I like mutton. I like lamb chops in particular.
Okay.
Roast a leg of lamb and I'm a happy camper.
How do you? It's like you just put it on the fire and roast it, and it's a roasted.
No, you put it in like how you roast a turkey then.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Put it in a pan and potatoes and vegetables.
Have you ever had
It's really free flowing Thursday. We start talking about food.
No, but you know when you think about it,
he is in Mississauga.
Oh, it's in Toronto.
Yeah, west of Toronto, and the sun has not blessed you with any warm
kisses. Ask him how cold is it? How cold is it? Because I know I was talking to a couple out of Alberta, and they said it's warm for them. And I said, so tell me the temperature. And they said it's like 6 degrees.
6
degrees.
Lord have mercy. That's right up there with what Lowell was saying to me. In South Africa.
6 degrees centigrade.
No, in South Africa, we hear them saying how it's blistering hot and how it's uncomfortable. And then when they said the temperature, Lowell said to me, it's like 26 degrees. It was like 70 something. Yeah. And the people are complaining saying hot. I think the other Africans who really hot are entitled to be offended.
No, man, no. No, we are very, but when they were saying, so I says, what is it now? They said -6 degrees. See me, so what you say? And we're comfortable because that is good temperature.
Shorts, the shorts clothes, they could be wearing shorts.
I've seen people do that.
Now, I went to Canada in June. Mm-hmm. I feel like you can travel somewhere in June in this hemisphere, and it was cold to the point that I had to go, because I travel from Jamaica and I just take like a light coat, more because when I travel on the airplane, I thought I'd be cold. Mm-hmm. On the plane, my light coat was for the airplane. I had to go buy clothes in Canada. In June, I said, what kind of place this? A month before the hottest month of the year for Jamaicans. In June, it cold. That was my one and only trip to Canada. I said, all right, Canada.
Yeah, but I went. This week we've been focusing on, we spoke about idolatry. Mm-hmm. We spoke about sovereignty. But all of that to me is related to what this season really is about for all of us, which is about that Isaiah 9 passage, when it speaks to that God saw that we're in a condition that we couldn't help ourselves, and he intervened through incarnation, the Christ becoming, and the Son, and then it speaks about what his throne and his kingdom would be about. And that to me is, we were talking about Christmas tree, and that is what this really is for me.
It's not just fandangles.
No, it's none of fandangles. And I have very interesting memories of Christmas time. I remember one Christmas. We're old enough to remember when Cowboy and Indians was what it was.
Who is old enough to remember that?
Cowboy and Indians and the television.
I distance myself from that memory.
Let me ask the producer.
Don't
I remember Cowboys and Indians and
Nobody in this room except you have a memory of Cowboys
and Indian show.
Although I was watching Yellowstone recently, and so perhaps.
Yes, Lone Ranger. You remember those things?
No.
But I wanted for Christmas.
Oh, now we're getting to the story.
I wanted For Christmas?
Yes.
2 guns.
Uh-huh. Yes, 2-gun pasta. The 2-gun pasta.
And the pants that go with it, the rhinestone
Oh.
pants, and I got it. I was so surprised. So I was the cowboy, and my friend was the
Yeah.
Indian. So running up and down the street, and guess what happened?
The Indian died?
No, I died. Guess what happened to me?
That
I
is
never
hilarious.
forget that Christmas.
Pastor
There was some
Percival,
stand.
you have told a good story.
There was sand in the road, I never saw it. And it
Rub off all of your rhinestone.
Rub off all the rhinestone and gave me a nice cherry. So I remember that Christmas. And I was like, I was less than 10, and I'm going, oh, geez. So I forever have that memory. And
That's what you call bittersweet memory.
Yeah, but
because you got what you wanted. It was short-lived.
It was short-lived.
That's a lesson for life. Many of the things that we want in life, we will get them. They will be short-lived. The memory will be bittersweet. But that's a good Christmas story.
But better than that.
I have a Christmas story. I have a similar Christmas story now, but it didn't end well.
Okay, go ahead.
So where I'm from, the big event is in the little town square.
Right.
So on Grand Market night, and Grand Market night is the thing.
Right.
So Grand Market night, the stalls go up, and there are all kinds of
shop until morning.
Things and food and music. And I mean, for a little girl, it's just a big-eyed event. You're just amazed by it. So my father used to run a toy stall.
Okay.
At Christmas. He used to put, I don't even know the details of it. I don't know if he was helping or whatever. I will call no names, but famous family in the area, he would help them organize something. There were dolls available that Christmas.
There were white dolls.
Of course, there were white dolls with red cheeks and curly hair.
I know black dolls.
But here what happened now. I think, now that I'm older and I can appreciate what was going on, I think my father, as the one running the stall, if there was a damaged toy, would just take it home. And he had girls. My dear pastor, he brought home some good, long-legged, skinny dolls for my 2 older sisters.
Yeah, you never get that.
And my chubby, round face, shortish looking doll, the neck was broken. That's all I remember.
Oh no.
The neck was broken. You know how the head was stuck into.
Yeah.
Something had gone wrong. I think that was a damaged doll, and I ended up with it. So that is my memory. Still, it has not dimmed my desire and my love. Yeah, to celebrate the holidays. Earl says, it is 1 degree Celsius.
Me not tell you, man.
A little light snow on the ground.
Oh, wow.
He is 45 minutes north of Mississauga.
Yeah.
There could be a lot of snow on the ground. But where he is, it's beastly cold. Snow or no snow, I don't care about the snow, really. It's the coldness that is unbearable.
So it brings back great memories.
Mixed memories.
Mixed memories, but it also, for me, what the season represents is the general generosity of persons. I don't know, it just does something to people, you know?
Yeah.
In terms of...
Well, is it real generosity or keeping up with the Joneses generosity? Because earlier you said, why do some people resist Christmas? Some people resist Christmas because they see it as an excess of commercialism.
And there's that too.
They see no spirituality in it. What they see is just, the shops taking an opportunity to bamboozle you into spending money that you don't have.
And then January and February.
What's this tamarind month?
Tamarind season.
Tamarind season. And so there's that to it. And there's also some people really go overboard, but it's not because they are genuinely showing love and generosity.
But there's a Christmas clean of the house and the paint up and all of them.
Well, that you should be doing all the time. Every 3 months, you should be doing that kind of
cleaning, a thorough cleaning of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's an excuse. Some see it as an excuse for us to do some things that
You don't normally do. That
yeah.
should be a normal routine thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what? For the ways in which it encourages people to do good things, even cleaning up your environment in the city, touching up things, painting the sidewalk, bushing the road.
Because last week that was a question of controversy because a caller came in and was saying normally you see
little Christmas road works going on.
And then you'd see, and then the person was alluding to the fact that it has become so corrupted.
Yeah.
Because in doing it, you would have 10 people who would get, but now it's one man doing it with them bushwhacker, and then you so
right,
where the
but
money
in all fairness though,
and I was saying it
10 people with a machete or a little thing doing something that one man with a bushwhacker can do.
I said become more efficient, but him says but you don't spread the money to that gentleman. The man cream off the top, so he still do what him doing. So that's what the caller was saying.
All right, well, corruption will visit anybody that is. When degenerates are in charge. Let's take our break. 7:31, please. We'll be right back.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Best 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make a chat, no man.
Greetings. I go by the name of Miss Waste. Catch me on Bess 100. I will be discovering the greatness of Jamaica and Jamaicans through people, places, and things, home and abroad. Playing you some good music, along with interviewing artists, soundmen, producers, and Jamaicans making a difference all over the world. So catch me between the hours of 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday on Bess 100 FM. One love.
I saw you stepping from across the street, smiling happily with everyone you meet.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Yes, Jamaica and the world. You want us back? We are back. The True Deliverance Ministry, led by me, the prophet Mark Stewart, right here on Best 100 FM. This and every Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Yes, it's War Room Thursday. Come on out and join us, each and every one, on Best 100 FM, 100.1, 357 and 9. Come on out. Join me, the prophet, Reverend Mark Stewart, And of course, the boss shot, Apostle Marshall, come for your healing, breakthrough deliverance, the prayer, the miracle, the word, the testimony, and so much more. Yes, my friends, Best 100 FM, Best 100 FM, War Room Thursday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Join us. We are going to lick it till it bust.
Ready for the warfare. Ready for the warfare.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Best 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make a chat, no man.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
And what Shelley I'm going to talk about.
Good morning. Welcome again. This is the Morning Connection, coming to you live from the beautiful gardens of the Ligony Club, where, what is the temperature, Mr. Producer? Let me just make Earl Brown feel at home. Where the temperature is not 1 degree Celsius and there is no snow on the ground, just a few leaves being blown around by, where the temperature is 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice and warm. We're grateful to the Ligony Club. Each time they host us on a Thursday morning. And so we say, if you are in the city or you're in Jamaica visiting business or family occasion, this is a wonderful place to have, you know, a quiet home away from home experience. The restaurant staff, JD's Urban Pub, one of our favorite dining experiences here. The breakfast. Have you been here for dinner? He does a very good job for dinner and lunch as well.
Okay,
Not to be taken lightly.
Okay.
We had guests staying here 2 weeks ago, and so Lowell and myself were passing through regularly, sampling the different things. The soups are great. The curry goat is excellent. And if you're having curry goat, try it with the mashed potatoes. It sounds like an unlikely match, but I'm telling you, it's really good. The truth is, any curried meat with potatoes tastes good.
Tastes good, that's true.
So just mashed potato as your accompaniment with some vegetables.
Curry is too much.
And you're good to
Is
go.
that good for you?
That I used to think curry was something that like grew on a tree. There's a thing called curry. It was as an adult, mature adult, that I realized, no, that the curry, the spice curry, is a combination of different spices. Yeah. And the curry color that you get from it comes from one particular thing. What is it from?
The turmeric.
No, it's not just turmeric. There's another thing. I've forgotten the name of it. That we use it in.
So looking for the curry goat,
we call it natto. In Jamaica, we call it natto.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called elsewhere. You
and
can
that was
all
exported
educate me.
at some point in time, you know.
Natto. Yeah.
That's where a natto bee comes from.
The plant was very popular there.
It still is.
Yeah, so there is a thing that gives it the high yellow. And then it's when I traveled, in particular, did you believe it? Traveling to the UK, dining at restaurants in London, because I love Indian curries. That's where I learned that you have different color curry. Did you know that? Green curry, red curry, for those who are curry experts.
And because you say that because as a family, from time to time, the children say, let's go
Indian dining,
or not just Indian, or let's try this food. So
different cuisine. So you've been experimenting.
So my daughter is a foodie, and my son are two foodies.
Pastor, you're going like you're not a foodie.
No, I'm not a foodie like them. My daughter will try anything and mix up anything, and so will my son.
All right, so there are two levels in the foodie kingdom.
Yes.
There's the gourmand who experiments and tries lots of fancy things.
Right.
There's the basis foodie that just love food. Aren't you in the love food category?
No, I eat.
Oh, you don't? You eat to live?
Yeah, I mean, my wife.
Well, that's the right way.
My wife would say to me, I said, all right, I had something already, so.
Yeah, and you're as happy with a slice of toast as you are with cake.
Yeah, but I have a sweet tooth. That is unfortunate.
All right, no, we're getting to the integrity of it.
I have a sweet tooth, so that I have to watch because that just puts on weight, and with the
don't need to watch your tooth.
The refined. No, I have to do that. Because with a lot of the sweet things, they use refined.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
And that's not good for the health.
Yeah,
I thank God that not one of my excellent teeth could be considered sweet.
Okay, my dear.
Not even one. As a consequence, I do have all my teeth.
Okay. Me too.
That's a different kind of story. I don't have fillings or any such thing.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, my teeth are extremely strong.
Okay.
But also, I was never a great one for sugar. Even, as a kid, growing up, I was more into your vegetables and some fruits and eating from the land as a country girl. All right.
What Earl has found a blessing on us.
Oh, God, I see the word. I thought I saw the word bitter, but that's billion.
It's a billion.
In Canada, we welcome the cold and snow. When snow fall, it is a $1 billion industry and jobs for millions of people. Way to go, Earl. Put a spin on it. Anytime you need some sunshine, though, it's good that you have a...
And they come here.
You come here. You can come to Jamaica. All right, I want to tell you a little bit about our guests because we have resumed our program with JPS because yours truly and the producer were, not here for the last 2 weeks. We did not have our guest of choice. We saved her. I know you love it when Winsome Callum, the Director of Corporate Communications, is here. I love it also because of her deep experience and her knowledge of all things pertaining to her company. We always get some wonderful nuggets from Miss Winsome.
And she's going to bring gifts because it's Christmas. What do you think? Winsome up here.
Well, Percival, it is too late to be saying that because she ought to be.
No, but it's 100 years. So it's 100 years of JPS because it's Christmas time.
All right. You're making an excellent case. If I were her,
yes,
I would definitely prepare gifts for Minett and Percival.
Yes, yes.
So you don't have to convince me.
I don't have to convince her at all. In terms of
but she's going to be here with us. It's the 8:30 segment.
Right, correct.
Right, Winsome will be here with us. And she's going to be talking to us again about safety and adverse weather conditions. Safety generally will cover some things, even in how we are using the roads and interacting with the infrastructure. Where my mother come from, almost every day somebody knocked down something. She was without power for like 2 days running because
knocked down a tree.
Like one of the poles, there was an accident and something. Something is always happening, and it's important for us to know that these issues, safety and the protection of the infrastructure, affects you and me. It's important. This is going to talk about that. Adverse weather conditions.
We have had.
But with all that's being said, coming out of the climate change discussions, you have to brace yourself to hear more about it. More things going to happen. The wickedness of man is just spiraling out of control, some might say, and it affects everything. So we'll have a conversation on what JPS needs to do to maintain service under those conditions and what you and I as consumers, customers, need to do. Remember, them have a difference between consumer and customer.
Yeah, that's true. Remember,
that's still one of the most fun exchanges.
Difference between
a consumer and a customer.
Yeah.
So there are expectations of the customers and the consumers. We'll have a conversation about that. The other big topic she will touch on is the continued importance of ensuring meter accessibility. Now, you might think that they're gone with the Rami meters and everything is electronic and they don't really need to have access to the meter. So it's important for us to understand how that works. And in this day of technology now, when you have all kind of electronic dogs guarding your place, you still have to make allowances for the utility providers, JPS, NCC, your cable company, your internet company, and so on. So she won't be talking about those, but I, of course, want you to be aware that the privacy of your home, the privacy you enjoy, remains subject to certain realities that we have to accommodate. So we're looking forward to having a chat with Miss Winsome. The other guest that we're having, because as you know, Percival is an important individual in the disabled community.
No, no. I know. And the story I got involved was because of advocacy.
Yes.
Because this week we are celebrating Disabilities Awareness Week, and
you know, I have a problem with how you said that.
Disability.
Are you celebrating the awareness? What are we acknowledging this week? You know, it's like when they say we're celebrating violence against women, which some people have said. It's Free Flowing Thursday, everybody. I'm just messing with my co-host. I missed him so much the days that I was not here, tormenting him.
No.
So I'm doing extra.
No, it's not extra, but
what are we doing this week in the community for the
awareness
disabled?
In terms of the checklist? They are highlighting how much they have moved in terms of remember the regulations became effective.
So they're celebrating progress.
But not they're moving some way, but they're not as quickly as they should be doing. And Dr. Christine Hendricks should have.
She's gonna be talking to us.
No, she's not gonna be talking.
Who's talking to us? Because that's where we are.
But what I did, you talk about being old, being a disability. You remember that?
No, I'm too old.
No.
Yes, age is a disability.
Right. So
age is a disability.
This weekend, there's a friend of mine. What she does to work with seniors, to bring out their creative abilities. Like she sent a painting to me of somebody who's 106. And this has this wonderful...
the hibiscus?
Yes.
It's beautiful. I wish we could show it.
Yeah, but so she's going to become to talking about...
The producer looked like he wants to meet the challenge.
Yeah.
You want to see? You want to put it up? Send it to Lowell. It's just like you're putting up a picture.
She's 106.
Of an individual. But it's a photo he has.
But one of the things we've said that when people retire, we throw them aside. We say they have no more input that they can make in our society, but that is so very wrong. And so she works with the persons who are retired.
Producer want to know who says so.
That person has said it?
Yeah.
No.
No, because your mother, how old is your mommy now?
My mom is 88.
Your mom is 88. And far from putting her in the dustbin of life, you have put her on a pedestal. And everybody is catering to grandmommy and great-grandmommy, making sure that every last day that she has in this realm is spent under loving care.
Right. But these people are very active. The talented, they're very active, drawing, handcraft, and things.
So who's the lady we're speaking to?
Shelly-Ann Thompson. Shelly-Ann Thompson.
And Shelly-Ann Thompson is an organizer of a creative project for seniors.
Right. So they're having something this weekend, and so I said, you need to talk about this. Yeah. So she's coming. So
she'll be here for 9.
She's coming for 9. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want us to leave away from disabilities because this weekend my daughter is there.
Your daughter? She choreographed. She's performing.
Right. She's performing this weekend at Gartshore Hall on St. Andrew campus. They're doing a performance. So
St.
she
Andrew High School for girls?
yeah.
Okay.
And so she's choreographed a couple of pieces. She's dancing herself, and it's just amazing for people who are deaf and hard of hearing in terms of what they have done. Dancing and going, okay, but I tell you something. When we discovered, because she was born hearing, and somehow with illnesses, they had said that she had meningitis, and 2 times she was hospitalized. But at the end of it, when they did the spinal tap, there's nothing. But at the end of those 2 episodes, we noticed that she had lost her hearing. And I determined as a dad, that's not gonna stop me from her doing what she wants
Whatever
to do.
she wants
so
to
from
do.
that early age, she has an affinity to dance, and I say, dance.
So she was dancing before she lost her hearing?
Yes, and so she
Okay.
continued. So
Yeah.
Praise Academy and then Law Dance Ministries and now PA are ministries that she's utilizing that talent. And she gets up in the morning and she's dance. I'm saying, Daniel. And she gets up out of her bed and she's doing, like she's constantly hearing music in her ears. And I'm saying, okay. And she's very passionate about it. So this weekend, St. Andrew High School for girls, at
What time?
6 o'clock in the evening, they are doing a show.
I thought it was 8 o'clock.
No.
Oh.
You remember 9 o'clock is when you do the-
Right,
yes,
because I want to be there.
6 o'clock.
Is it a paid event?
It
What
is.
do persons need to be prepared for?
It's a paid event. It's $3,000 because it's fundraiser because they use it to do other things. So they
Why are
raise
you
money.
explaining?
No, but
you think it's expensive?
No.
Oh,
You go to NDTC, it's 5,000-10,000.
Those are professionals.
She considers herself a professional.
Well, I noticed you said she considers herself.
That's important. So,
All right. So for this week, you're right, Pastor Percival. We should rightly describe what is happening this week in the world of the disabled. It's the Jamaican world, that is. This is the week in which we are building awareness on all things
disabilities
in that area. I started off the week looking at the decision that came out of our Court of Appeal, highest court, local court, which seemed to highlight a necessity for more professional assistance, greater care to be taken in treating with young people in the court system, come into the court system, having cases, being witnesses, whatever the case might be, and need to be properly facilitated.
And supported.
Yeah. In this case, the young person in question, a child, a boy, a male child of 11 or so years, who complained of being raped by a man, and the person was convicted at first instance, and the Court of Appeal overturned the conviction and sent the man home. And it appears when you read the case that there were severe challenges. This child encountered severe challenges communicating with defense counsel, with the prosecutor, and as a consequence, there were many inconsistencies that arose on the evidence, such that the court felt that the verdict was unsafe. Personally, if I were making such a decision, I would have sent it for a retrial. I would not have taken a chance that these challenges which the child encountered and which the lawyers encountered interacting with the child, I would never have taken the risk that those challenges could not be overcome with better professional support within the system.
And that is so true. What I know for a fact is that now somebody is deaf and hard of hearing goes to court, there needs to be an interpreter present.
Yes.
So I've known of cases that cannot move unless there was an interpreter present who was able to properly communicate what the person was saying. And then even in the community, what we've discovered is that your sign language can be localized, and it is
Yes.
also dependent on your level of education.
Education. So what you're saying is sign language have dialects.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is what you saw in that thing when the young man was relating.
Because you read some of it.
And saying, but
you
that
saw.
was clear what he
Yeah.
was saying.
Yeah.
You know? When they were talking about the private part and how he described it.
Yeah.
In terms now we in Jamaica understand what that means, and I'm going, okay.
But you know, when you read the case, and I've not completed my reading of it, let me tell you, it's three opinions were written, and it's a big document. But as you're reading the case, you can see that how questions were put to the child, his understanding of questions that include where and what, gave him a challenge. Because, like it or not, many people, when they hear where, they think of it's a spatial question.
Right.
They think more in terms of a specific spot and if you ask a child today, where is something that they don't have a clear understanding of, they're more likely to say, I don't know.
Because they don't understand.
They didn't understand the foundation.
Because they have not been exposed, and they cleared up. It's like when they introduced PEP for the first time.
Yes.
And they were asking the children to write a story about a holiday at an all-inclusive. People say, you remember I shared that? I said, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
How many Jamaican children have an opportunity?
Even a chance to be in a hotel. Even for adults, we did an event 2 weekends ago at a small property, very small property. And in a conversation with one of the ladies who attended the event, she was describing something to me as being a big place, big like the place where we went, like the hotel where we went. And let me tell you that we wouldn't even really call that a hotel. It's more like an oversized villa with a space where you could have a meeting.
So that was the first time she was encountering.
So that told me
she was encountering.
Yes, that was her. She thought it was a big hotel.
What if she went to this?
So if she got to a big hotel now, it would be a different. But you know, as your concept of things change, as your knowledge base expands. Right there in the moment she was telling me that it's big like the place, I'm thinking, that little place that we went to. But right away, I understood that in her frame of reference, she had been to a big hotel. God bless her for thinking so. The man would be very pleased to hear his place described in such a way. So this need for greater awareness and greater sensitivity to making the built environment and making services more accessible. In fact, I believe, isn't that the theme?
Yeah.
The Chief Justice was quoted as making some comments about increasing accessibility to judicial services for those who are disabled. This is the Chief Justice.
Brian Sykes.
Brian Sykes. Meanwhile, in the Court of Appeal,
you can't get it.
That conflict between the rights of the victim and the rights of the convicted person came in conflict, and the victim lost. And, you know, it challenges another fundamental of what we have as our policy. In every situation involving children, the interest of the child will be of paramount importance.
Has to be.
Yes, but when you have a convicted person and a child in an equation.
Well, have you know of other instances where the child has lost? Or it doesn't go forward to even judgment? Like I know a lot of instances.
I suspect that there are many. I suspect that there are many that not even go forward.
Because of the state of the child and their understanding.
Yes. I mean, throughout in the development of jurisprudence on this area, what you typically find is courts, judges, even lawyers being very careful not to take far-reaching decisions on the strength of evidence from a child. because children are still living their imagination 90% of the time. Their concept and understanding of the world is still very limited, and so they may easily misunderstand things and put it at a level that it should not go in law. So there was always a caution that you don't move forward on the uncorroborated evidence of a child.
And I hear and understand that. But what it speaks to, though, you know, as we go towards the break, is the fact that we need to protect our children.
Absolutely.
That we must not expose them. I think that's a bigger issue.
Yeah.
That's a bigger issue. We must
so
protect our children.
It's finding ways to achieve that balance.
Yeah.
And it's similar too for disabled.
Yeah.
Just the same way old age is a disability. Immaturity and very junior years can present a disability too.
Twice such.
Yeah. So you need those special provisions at each end of the spectrum, when you're very young and when you're very old.
That's in the scripture.
I'm sure it is. We've been told to break. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Hello, I'm Moira Alderson with the BBC News. Civilians in Gaza are struggling to escape intense fighting as Israeli forces, backed by air-powered tanks and armoured bulldozers, push further into the southern city of Khan Yunis. Israel says many Hamas leaders are now based there. Yolande Nell is in Jerusalem.
We have seen really quite fierce fighting, particularly in certain places viewed as Hamas strongholds in the past couple of days. In Jabalia, which is in the north, to the north of Gaza City, Shajaiya, which is to the east. And those areas, according to one of the main Israeli newspapers this morning, are now effectively under operational control of Israeli forces, although there is still some residual fighting that's going on. The main focus is on Khan Yunis, and we have had both the Israeli military and the Hamas armed wing talking about the battles that go on there. The Israeli military spokesman's calling Khan Yunis the heart of Hamas's terror.
Protesters in several European countries have begun blockading arms manufacturers who they say are selling weapons to Israel. A campaign group, Workers for a Free Palestine, accused British Aerospace of helping turn Gaza into what it called a death trap. It's gathered outside several BAE sites in the UK, and there have been similar protests in France and Denmark. President Erdogan has pledged a new era in Turkey's relations with Greece. He was speaking as he arrived in Athens for his first visit in 6 years. Here's Paul Moss.
It really didn't go well last time. When Turkey's President Erdogan visited Greece in 2017, he started by questioning Greek sovereignty over islands in the Aegean Sea. Only last year, Mr. Erdogan hinted that Turkish troops might attack disputed territory and said he wouldn't speak to the Greek Prime Minister ever again. Relations improved, however, when Turkey suffered a devastating earthquake and Greece provided substantial assistance. The two leaders are now due to discuss trade and immigration, areas of mutual interest which may take priority over historic grievances.
A meeting between President Xi Jinping and EU leaders has highlighted differences over trade, international affairs and human rights. The European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told him there were clear economic imbalances that needed to be addressed. Stephen McDonnell is in Beijing.
When it comes to Brussels, when she speaks about clear imbalances, what she means is this gaping trade deficit. Now, the Europeans are saying their companies can't get into China because of government-imposed restrictions that are essentially stopping Chinese goods from getting into markets here. For the Chinese, they want access to chips and the like, which are being blocked because of a sort of US-led attempt to stop them being used in China's military build-up. So a lot to disagree on, but at least they're having talks.
World news from the BBC. Moscow says it's arrested a Belarusian man in connection with 2 recent attacks on railways deep inside Russia. They say he'd been acting for the Ukrainian Special Services, which previously told the BBC they were involved in the bombings. The man is said to have placed on 2 trains explosives which went off on an important part of the Baikal-Amur railway near the Chinese border in Siberia. Rights groups have called on Nigeria to conduct a thorough investigation into the killing of at least 85 civilians in an airstrike last Sunday. Amnesty International accused the military of attempting to cover up what happened, after initially describing it as a mistake and later saying suspected criminals were embedded among the civilians. A state of emergency has been declared in the Seychelles after an explosion on the main island Mai left several people injured. There's also severe flooding there following heavy rain. Patrick Muirhead reports from the African archipelago.
The president of Seychelles, Wavell Ramkalawan, said the blast happened just after 2 o'clock local time this morning at a private construction and quarrying company where explosives were stored. It ripped through a number of buildings in the island's main industrial zone, Providence, causing massive damage. Local media reports show a trail of devastation in the area, which is home to major retail stores, showrooms and restaurants, typically busy in the day. The country's international airport, some 4 kilometres from where the explosion took place, was also damaged. Schools are closed and the only movement now being allowed is those travelling into and out of these holiday islands.
The mayor of Bologna in northern Italy has warned that its distinctive leaning tower will cost more than $20 million to make safe. The medieval Garisenda Tower is not as well known as the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but slants even further from the vertical. It was cordoned off last month over warnings that it might collapse. That's the latest. BBC News.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Best 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make we chat, no man.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
Greetings. I go by the name of Miss Wire Waist. Catch me on Bess 100. I will be discovering the greatness of Jamaica and Jamaicans through people, places and things, home and abroad. Playing you some good music along with interviewing artists, soundmen, producers and Jamaicans making a difference all over the world. So catch me between the hours of 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday on Bess 100 FM. One love.
I saw you stepping from across the street, smiling happily with everyone you meet. Me
Half a tree. 1 already, 200. Ready, mama? Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
half a tree, 100, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, you know, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose your problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
I try and call you, no, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Jamaica and the world, you want us back? We are back. The True Deliverance Ministry, led by me, the prophet Mark Stewart, right here on Bess 100 FM. This and every Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Yes, it's War Room Thursday. Come on out and join us, each and every one, on Bess 100 FM, 100.1, 357 and 9. Come on out. Join me, the prophet, Reverend Mark Stewart, and of course, the boss shot, Apostle Marshall. Come for your healing, breakthrough, deliverance, the prayer, the miracle, the word, the testimony, and so much more. Yes, my friends, Bess 100 FM, Bess 100 FM, War Room Thursday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Join us. We are going to lick it till it busts.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. We are entering that segment of the program where our guests are going to begin dropping in. So it's me and Percival now just trying to wrap up one or two loose threads. We are still very involved in participating, I think.
Yeah, but
discussing this week in which awareness of the needs of the disabled will remain at the top of the conversation.
And the checklist of accessibility, that's been a highlight.
Yes, but this is a checklist. Let's explain what it is, because I've seen it reported on in the media. The government, there's an agency that has developed a checklist
Ministry of Labor
of the
what people need to
how accessible government buildings
are.
It's government buildings, you know.
But it need to be everybody else too.
Yeah, but the law says that all buildings which serve the public must be accessible to the disabled persons. Now, of course, mostly they're speaking of those physically challenged, though I imagine the visually impaired.
And everybody.
That's about sidewalk and clearance and so on. I don't know if they require you to have things on the floor for the visually impaired. There's a way, you know, in some buildings that
you're supposed to, because with that checklist, you're supposed to have all these things. So.
Yes. So the checklist, I don't know if I could say the checklist is a good start. Yes, it should be some.
Remember, you know. That is where we should be.
That's where we should be.
Remember, the law was passed in 2014.
Long time, yeah.
And then it's only in 2022 or 2023. The regulations were
7 years. The regulations were 7 years late.
Yeah, and then that the regulations were, the lateness in doing was to ensure that people are preparing. Well, we know that going to Jamaica, if you don't put in the regulations and sanction people, they're not going to do nothing. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah. And beyond even the sanction, because we're not trying to make money off people's default, you need a team that is working to facilitate and to even enable, because some of the modifications to the buildings require money that people don't have sitting around. So if you're really serious about it, you would have put something in place to make it easier for persons to, even grants that, you know, are available so you can do the necessary modifications and allow accessibility. But the great struggle, I think, it's not so much the physical accessibility, because now so many goods and services can be obtained online.
Correct.
Or through courier services, that I don't believe there is a disabled person truly blocked from pursuing something that is accessible online. I even hear some of them advocating for facilitation to do their banking online, and to do it personally now, not to do it with assistance, because most persons could find somebody to assist them with online access. The question of physical accessibility is at one level of discourse, but it is not as much a barrier to inclusion as is the need now to provide state-of-the-art professional services that allow the disabled community to have access to things like even judicial services. And the case of the day for us, we've been looking at the experience of this young boy who was a complainant in a case where he said he was raped by a man known to him and someone who knew him also. So the question of identity, did he know his attacker? Yes, he did. Did the attacker know him? The attacker admitted, I know this boy. He picked guinea from a tree that is within the range of my home. And the young boy gave a consistently compelling tale of having been molested by this man.
And the judge did what? We read the summary of how the judge instructed the jury.
This is the trial judge now.
Instructing the jury.
Giving the jury instructions on how to treat with the evidence. And Percival and I, with our own level of expertise.
No, well, I'm just, if I was a jury.
It worked for me and you because you are a layperson.
Right.
And you, hearing what she said, felt that you had enough guidance to make a decision. Well, the jury, in the case, were convinced that the man had in fact raped the child, and they convicted him. It is in the Court of Appeal now that we have a concern that the judges of the Court of Appeal, in preferring and protecting the accused person, convicted person's constitutional rights, did a disservice to the child who it was obvious that the child had some form of learning disability, some great difficulties communicating and understanding what the questions meant that were being put to him, how he answered questions.
He understand clearly what was happened to him.
He knew what happened to him.
Yeah,
he had difficulties withstanding cross-examination. And even for the prosecutor to pull the story out of him, except for the obvious vulgar details of what happened to him, he knew what happened to him and he explained it and he knew who he said did it. But cross-examination and answering questions from counsel created certain pitfalls for him, which gave rise to inconsistencies in the evidence. And based on those inconsistencies, lawyer for the convicted man made submissions to say the inconsistencies are so grave that the verdict is unsafe, cannot be protected at the Court of Appeal level, and the court agreed. I am reading the judgment, so I could say to you, listeners, that it was a fair and just result, why it is that a retrial was not ordered. Here is the judge saying whether a new trial should be ordered. The judge gave
can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. Whoa, yeah. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Well, now I shall tell of my story, 'cause this story has been lies, yeah. Contradicting themselves in every illustration, and they make believe in a world of confusion. Now I just see that they are not real, 'cause the truths have been revealed. And if we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, the victim. Got to make a change. Whoa, make a change. Whoa, treating our people like they are garbage, and through loss of vanity, we never seem to acknowledge to the weak and the feeble. You took advantage to give yourself that tolerance, because you think we're underprivileged. Now it's time for us to reinforce ourselves. Who's gonna do it for us? None but ourselves. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Now I shall tell of my story, 'cause his story has been lies. So if we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. Whoa, yeah. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. frustration, and they're make-believe. In a world of confusion, now I just see that they are not real, 'cause the truths have been revealed. And if we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, the victim. Got to make a change. Make a change. Treating those people like they are garbage, and true loss of vanity. We never seek to acknowledge to the weak and the feeble. You took advantage to give yourself that tolerance, because you think we're underprivileged. Now it's time for us to reinforce ourselves. Who's gonna do it for us? None but ourselves. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, well, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifest his light. Now I shall tell of my story, 'cause his story has been light. So if we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the values and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifest his life. Well, now I shall tell of my story, 'cause his story has been light, yeah. Contradicting themselves in every illustration, and they're make-believe in a world of confusion.
Yeah, Percival and I were just wrapping up the conversation on the business of accessibility to judicial services for those in the disabled community. Percy mentioning that he knows that currently sign language experts are available in court now to do the business of interpreting for both the court and for the person with the disability. I, however, have been exercising your mind and your patience, giving some consideration to the result in a recent appeal case where the person convicted of raping a young boy, he was around age 11 at the time of the event. At the time of trial, he was age 15, and at the trial, they encountered great difficulties communicating with him. Prosecutor, defense counsel had challenges, pulling evidence from him, cross-examining him, trying to get him to answer questions. As they probed the evidence he gave concerning his experience, in the end, the Court of Appeal ruled that the inconsistencies on the evidence were so grave, so extreme, that it rendered the verdict unsafe. The verdict was set aside. The man was sent home. What's of concern to us, understanding now that in this day and age, there are specialized services available to help a person who has such a disability, whether it's dyslexia or some other disability, that there are services available to help such a person in communicating and so on. We wondered why no retrial. The sad news is the very reason of the disability is why the court said no new trial should be ordered. They felt that as an overriding factor in this matter is the fact, they said, that the strength of the case presented by the prosecution was undermined by the obvious difficulties in eliciting evidence from the complainant, and in those circumstances, it would not be in the interests of justice to order a new trial. We'll speak some more on that, but we're going to take our break now, because when we come back from the break, we will be speaking with our lady of JPS. 100 years old she is this year. That is to make her smile. She's a very alert and feisty 100-year-old. But Winsome Callum will be joining us, and you know what we're going to be talking about. Accessibility to your meter is still important, and the treatment of the infrastructure under adverse weather conditions and safety issues are still top of the list of concerns for our friends at JPS. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you need reliable health care? We have it.
Yes, we do. Great George Street Pharmacy. Shop number 897 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Opening hours, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-603-7372 or WhatsApp us at 876-205-0499. Yes, we have reliable health care for you at Great George Street Pharmacy, Savannah, Lamar.
Standing in your presence.
Glory Connect. Join us on Bess FM with Apostle Prophetess Denise Wellington and Pastor Alicia Gonzalez Morgan every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Bess FM Radio. Come out and discover your purpose. Take up that phone and dial now. Call and experience something new. Experience something great. Experience your own expression of encountering the supernatural glory of God's abundant life and transformation being fulfilled. What are you waiting for? Are you depressed, oppressed, worn out, tired, or stressed? Have you discovered your true purposes yet? This is the moment. What are you waiting for? Connect now to Glory Connection. Call and experience the Word of God, intercession, healing, and deliverance. Experience something great. Receive salvation and breakthrough. Connect. Tell a friend, family, and your neighbor. See you then.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose a problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
We are something special on the road.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Best 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Best 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best FM.
Good morning and welcome again. At the table with us is the lady over whom Percy and I sometimes have a competition. Who know her better and longer?
I told her that you're my sheep. And she said, I never know.
Immediately I know I will win because you won't want to be called sheep.
It's all right. In this context, too good.
I've lost again. One thing I know for sure, the quality of your friendship is pure. She has never let either of us feel like we're losing. So we're welcoming Winsome Callum to the table. She is the Director of Corporate Communications at JPS. The company is only 100 years old of service in this nation. And this morning we're going to have a conversation. It's all about safety. What I love when we talk things of safety, it speaks to the great importance you place on the human resource, whether it's your customer or your worker. You're saying the safety, the welfare of you who use my service and you who work with me is of paramount importance. So we welcome you. We love the topic.
Very much.
How are you?
I'm good and safe.
100 years old.
100 years old.
You're
looking very well for 100.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. You're going to get better with age.
And I did talk about good wine. And with age.
Yeah, we won't talk about old skins then.
Me never say you say to know me, you know. So I'm good.
I try not to speak about wine too much these days.
Why not?
Because when you talk about new wine or old wine, then the skin comes into the conversation.
Okay, all right. I understand.
You understand now. You're looking lovely, may I say.
Thank you so much. And I really love that.
The Christmas?
Yes, it's very nice. My kind of style.
You love Christmas?
Yes, I do.
And I wanted poinsettias on the table and didn't manage it, so I wore the shirt.
Next week, I'll see poinsettia, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Oh, I promise. Hey, we're rough with promising now. We hold on to promise.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it becomes a matter of faith. So we've entered the Christmas season. And although Jamaica doesn't have the kind of weather events that other countries that have winter and so on, still I know safety is something that for you, your focus on it moves with the season and the cycles in our environment.
Absolutely.
So what's top of the list?
Well, safety is always a priority for us in JPS and for our customers. You know, electricity is, we take it for granted. It's there. It's this invisible thing that we use and we need, but it's very, very dangerous, very dangerous. Safety is actually part of our core values. We have accountability, we have safety. It's very much there. So every day in some of our meetings, we recite the safety creed. So which is
yes, to the test now.
Yeah, really. No job so urgent, no job so urgent, no emergency so great that you cannot take the time to operate safely and take care of the environment and yourself.
Oh.
So you see?
Well, here's the thing. We wouldn't know.
But yes, it's very, very important for us. No emergency so great. So we always take precaution. We insist on what we call PPE, that's personal protective equipment. So if the linemen are out there without their gear, they're...
Stop the work.
Yeah. We actually do not encourage anyone to be around electricity without safety gear. So for our customers, we absolutely encourage you to just educate yourself, inform yourself about what is safe and what is not. There's some basic things, but I'll start with the season. We have a lot of lighting, we have parties, big bashment, a little party, and so on. One of the first things I want to say is if you're having a party, bashment or a little one,
or a little home thing,
make sure that you have safe electricity supply. So if it's a home party, that's fine, you use your supply at home. But if it's an outdoor event, you have a generator, that's fine. But if you don't have a generator, get legal, safe supply from JPS.
Get legal, safe supply, not thief electricity.
Don't throw up to have your dance.
Yeah, but
simply put.
What you're also highlighting is even in your home where you have a legitimate supply, your party requirements might exceed the infrastructure. So you're saying even for home events,
you need
make
to
sure
double
that's
check.
safety.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're having a home event and you're adding a lot of equipment, make sure that you have a 220 volts supply, or get your electrician to make sure that
there's a safe connection.
Right, the connection is safe. So even for the home events, once you're adding, make sure that you have adequate supply. If you're having an outdoor event now, a dance, a street party, you know what the popular method of electricity usage is. You extract illegally. We do not want that. Too many accidents, electrocutions, electrical burns, too many of those happen during the festive season when people are celebrating. So we want you to celebrate safely.
So what's the actual recommendation? Use a generator, or do you have facilitation for temporary use like
we
that?
do have a facility called temporary supply.
How much time you need to apply?
Well, you need to do some preliminary work before you come into JPS, which is to ensure that the location, sometimes you have popular venues that are used all the time for events. So once there is a meter in place, all you need to do is apply to JPS for a temporary supply. It might be just for the day, for a week, you know, just so we facilitate that.
Okay.
We make the connection, and once your event is completed, once you're done, you
take
turn
it down.
off.
So Percy asked a key question. How much lead time? Is it quickly done? Or
if there's already supply at the location and it just needs to be turned on, you give us 5 days. Just give us 5 days.
Okay, so
yes, please.
no overnight party planning.
If there
I have a
is
question
no,
for you when you're
well,
ready.
let me just answer this one. The next part, if there is no supply, if it's a greenfield, no supply at all, you will need to start your planning from long time.
Right.
So you get your electrician to run the wiring. You have to get that passed by the government electrical
as if you build a
regulator.
house.
Yes. You have to make sure all of that is already in place. So more persons are opting to use generators for those events where there is no
supply at
all.
Because what you've mentioned here, you know, and it's part of even how we plan things in the nation.
Part of our culture.
Yeah, you're saying if you're having a party like that, use a venue that is already licensed and established. And if you're doing it in a greenfield territory, your planning has to be deep enough to make allowance for all these various things.
Absolutely.
Why I feel like the illegal abstraction will be with you.
Well, you see,
that's really pressing us to plan better.
Plan ahead.
Yes.
The professional party planners, they know the drill. A lot of them, they use the generators, but they know they come to us like a month in advance and say this is what we need, and we work.
Oh,
that's the professional.
Yes, the professional.
The man who doing the little batchment in the community.
Well, let's not go too far, because Earl Brown has said, Good morning, Miss Winsome Callum.
Hello, Earl.
What is a bashment?
Oh,
he tells her good morning, you know, what is a bashment?
What is a bashment? He's in Canada.
Okay, so we have different types of parties, and that is one word that is used to describe a big party with a lot of energy and excitement.
And this energy now is JPS energy.
Remember, energy comes in different forms. So it's really a big party, a big celebration.
But it's not a small man party. I think, like most times, when I used to think that when I hear the word bashment, I think, you know, is that informal, community-based type thing. But it's not necessarily that.
No.
It's not necessarily that.
It's celebration.
It is the gala type.
Big thing.
The gala type event. So there you have your answer, Mr. Earl. Where Earl is, it's 1 degree Celsius. So you don't even ask hot questions.
Send him some sunshine.
Oh, that's all they've been doing.
Send him sunshine right in his face.
Right. So that element of safety concerning the party scene and so on, I think we understand, and I think our listeners might be keeping pace with you. Switching from the season now, or is that?
Well, generally for the season, as you probably have already started, you put up Christmas trees and lighting. What we tend to do is to string a lot of cords to get the lights where we want the lights to be. We have to be very careful. We do not encourage you to plug in multiple
connections.
And Do not stretch the extension cords across the floor because somebody can trip. You can walk on the cords, they become frayed and become a fire hazard.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not run your cords under your carpet either. To get them out of the way, we tend to do that, but what happens is that the cord gets overheated and can cause a fire. You walk on it, the rug is hot, you walk on it, children play on it, it becomes overheated. Please be very,
But
very
dear
careful.
Jesus, the pandangles, but I'm saying, so how do you go around that?
What you can do, well, I've seen people string the wires up on the wall and across the doorway rather than on the floor. So you can do that and they have electrical tape and duct tape can be used to really cover secure it on the wall and over the door rather than.
Or do what I do, locate it close to your plug and don't do no whole heap of things.
That's ideal. In some cases we don't always have that opportunity, but yes, that is definitely ideal.
When you talk about the risk to children, and it's the small children who love to be around the lights,
and push things,
that just make me frightened.
Yes.
I saw something, I want to put it to you. On a building in the Kingston area, I saw what looks like a 20-foot tree. A fake tree on the roof of the building by the roadside with your wires running alongside the building. And I just kind of wondered, are there rules, regulations concerning that type of installation? I can tell you, if you drive down Hagley Park Road, you'll see it.
You can't miss it.
Okay. Well, there are guidelines for building and trees and putting up infrastructure close to JPS lines. The minimum that a building or any infrastructure should be from a JPS line is 20
feet from the
from the line. So
I wonder if it breaches
that I don't.
Well, I give you that one for free. When I saw it, I got concerned. My first thought was, that's like a tower.
It is.
And high winds could just knock it over.
And I
didn't know what the safety standards were.
These installations need parish council approval. You know? So this might actually need to be approved. It's something that we could check out.
What would be frightening is if it has been approved, but it still look like that.
The concern though is if it is not properly installed and it should fall onto the line. That's a fire
Where
right
it's
there.
located, I know that if it blow over towards your line, it tear it down. Wouldn't you agree?
I am praying that it's properly secured and would have gotten the requisite approvals.
All right, so we can just walk through some of those then, because some people do elaborate things close to the roadways and to the...
Well, the first recommendation is work with a professional. Don't try to do this if you're a novice when it comes to electricity. Get a professional. You have good electricians who will guide you and tell you what works and what doesn't. If you are lighting your building on the outside, there are cords and extension cords made specifically for use outdoors. They're thicker, they're water resistant, so we encourage you to choose those. They may be just a tad more expensive than the thin ones, but they're much safer. They protect your children, your family, your guests, and your house. So make sure you use the right types of cords on the outdoors. When you're setting up, don't set your Christmas tree too close to your pool, for example, because water and electricity don't mix. So be careful where you set your
They mix
Christmas.
very well.
A little too well. So those are some of the things that you pay attention to. Where you put your Christmas trees, the type of wiring that you use. Do not plug too many things into the same outlet. If you have a lot of cords that use a certified strip, an energy strip that you plug, you can turn off easily, but you put multiple in that strip rather than plugging them into one another. So, for example, you try not to plug in more than maybe 3 strings of lights into one another.
Okay, so that's your
Some people go for 10 or that's
as many as can hold.
Because you mentioned something earlier about 220 versus 110 in terms of lighting the house. Explain that a little.
It's not just for lighting. That's more for heavy equipment. And it's the same if you're installing, for example, if you're installing a dryer in your home, you would need to upgrade.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. If you're bringing in a lot of equipment that you don't normally have in the house, make sure that you have an electrician check to see if you can provide the power for this additional equipment.
It's nasty.
In some cases, you find that when you add these type of equipment that demand a lot of power, you have low voltage, you have fluctuations,
you shut down the
and you call
neighborhood?
JPS.
Yeah, no, so you know, it's a beautiful segue because.
And you call JPS?
When it is something that you're doing that is compromising your power supply.
Call JPS.
In some cases, JPS needs to respond, but in some cases, you just need to do the right thing.
So now, on the call JPS note, because that was my next question for you.
Yes.
I love hotlines. I like to know that when it comes to safety, there is a place with a quick response. For example, you know, if I were a good citizen and want to call in about that tree, which I saw on the top of the building, how do we?
Putting it up actually.
And they were using engineer-looking people.
They're using some big cranes. That's what I remember, because it.
Right.
It's
and that's an important point. I will refer it to our ops people to just make sure that our line is not vulnerable or will be compromised.
So the top of Hagley Park Road, right?
Okay. So I am hoping that in operating the crane, the heavy equipment, they stayed 20 feet from the JPS line, because that is a requirement. Sadly, we've had cases of electrocution where people are building, working on a construction site, and they get electrocuted because they're operating too closely
within the radiation zone.
to the lines, and even if they don't touch it, they are in the field, and so they get electrocuted.
Explain that in the field, because a lot of people don't know that around there's a field that is operating.
Right. So electricity is powerful. You can't see it. So don't assume that you can go as close to a high tension line as possible, because you don't have to touch the line to be impacted by the energy. So the energy from a high tension line can radiate out several feet, which is why we say the absolute minimum,
20 feet.
minimum we recommend is 20 feet when you're operating a crane, heavy equipment, when you're doing construction, because electricity radiates beyond the wire itself.
And you know, human beings, we are huge transmitters of electrical energy, and for us it's 8 feet. Within an 8 feet reach. So if you go 8 feet from the wire, for example, that's it. And 8 feet look far.
Yeah.
And you say 20.
We've actually added.
Yes, it makes sense.
That because of what we've seen
who's out there with a measuring rod?
Precisely.
But
you know, in that area,
think of 3 feet tall guys lined up.
Where that tree is, Winsome, I don't know what crane would be 20 feet from your wire to install
That's
that tree.
dangerous.
They put it in
because it's in a very small, it's a busy little, like a mall type area.
Okay.
And yeah, you'd have to. I thought they would have brought it up there piece by piece and install it.
It was there aside, but you see that. But what you have said is very important in terms of the field around electricity.
Yes.
Most people don't know. That is why you're going to get sucked in and you don't even know. You feel the pull.
That's why scriptures say my people perish for lack of knowledge. That is literally perishing
and,
for lack of knowledge.
And that's one of the reasons why we like talking to you guys, because we recognize that this is a good platform for sharing information.
Yes. And
People
do
need
listen.
the information.
Yeah, and I think too, which I compliment you for that, the manner of articulating it and how we get it out, it makes a difference.
It helps.
That is one of the consistent feedbacks that we get concerning how we are able to say things. Because I know what you're saying has been said before. It's not that persons haven't heard it, but for them to understand it and relate it to how they move. The 20 feet that you say is a big deal.
What I find is that you will say it, and you'll say it, and you'll hear it. But with communication, what you find is that information becomes relevant to you when you need it.
Absolutely.
So you might be talking about getting temporary supply for years, and you hear it, but you don't pay attention because it's not relevant to you. So that's why we have to consistently say this, because this information might not have been important to you last week, but this week you're starting your Christmas preparations. The bashment starting. So very important. So there's some little quick tips that I actually want to leave with our listeners, especially when it comes to children. We've said it before, but keep the children away from the plugs. And if you have really small children, get something to cover the outlet. Just please. Right, when your children are young. And children are curious and they will take them out, but at least you prevent them from sticking a fork or something in the plug. So please, if you have young children, keep them away from the plugs. Do whatever you need to. When you do your decoration, children are curious, they will start pulling. Make sure that your child does not pull down your Christmas tree by holding on to a wire. You know, just be very, very careful with the children. And I said earlier,
when you say that, I imagine the stories you've heard and the complaints that have come in.
Yes.
Because it's based on things that happen.
Absolutely. Children, especially those who are just learning to walk, they hold onto the wire to lift themselves up and the tree comes down on them. We've seen that. Do not touch, no matter how familiar you are with your kettle plug, don't hold them with your wet hand. You do not want to take that chance. You can get shocked, you can get electrocuted, and teach your children that, please. But the one thing that I really want to reinforce is how you wire your property, how you wire your house, how you do your Christmas wiring. Please keep them. Avoid trips. Avoid trips. Just keep them out of the walkways. Avoid fires. Keep them from under the rugs because they overheat. And if they're frayed, if your wires are frayed, change them immediately because that is a real fire hazard. And use the right kind of cords for outdoors because we have waterproof and we have those water resistant. So,
well, my dear, would you believe it's been half an hour?
Yes. I realize
I'm going to dub you now, the safety queen.
Oh, okay.
I now dub you the safety queen. The safety queen, but those are very important.
And there's a lot more. More. So we will keep talking about safety and electricity. You cannot be too careful.
I don't even want to ask you about the fires that have taken place with the homes and so on because, yes, I don't even want to ask you. But you know we're available for public education campaigns.
Yes.
We are very committed to getting the word out, anything that will help our people. And I thank you.
Thank you so much for facilitating this.
My dear,
appreciate
thank you.
Okay then.
It's time for a break. Oh yes, 9:02 a.m. Please stay tuned. We're going to take our station break. We will be right back. And Mr. Earl Brown says, thank you, Ms. Winsome Callum, for explaining what bashment means. We're off here now. Yes.
So it's an explanation. It explains everything.
What is the explanation?
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. You're simply the best.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Veg Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Haggard Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Best 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make a chat, no man.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
Believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
Miss Wire. Greetings. I go by the name of Miss Wire Waste. Catch me on Bess 100. I will be discovering the greatness of Jamaica and Jamaicans through people, places, and things, home and abroad. Playing you some good music, along with interviewing artists, soundmen, producers, and Jamaicans making a difference all over the world. So catch me between the hours of 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday on Bess 100 FM. One love.
I saw you stepping from across the street, smiling happily with everyone you meet.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree. One already, 200. Ready, mama. Ready. Is this the confusion you feel when trying to work your way through medical systems in Jamaica? Try a dose of Ask Dr. Mary every Thursday at 5 to 6 p.m. Let Dr. Mary help you understand your medical problems and bring you to a calmer place.
Yes, Jamaica and the world. You want us back? We are back. The Breakthrough Deliverance Ministry, led by me, the prophet Mark Stewart, right here on Bess 100 FM. This and every Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Yes, it's War Room Thursday. Come on out and join us, each and every one, on Bess 100 FM, 100.1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Come on out. Join me, the prophet, Reverend Mark Stewart, and of course, the boss shot, Apostle Marshall. Come for your healing, breakthrough, deliverance, the prayer, the miracle, the word, the testimony, and so much more. Yes, my friends, Bess 100 FM, War Room Thursday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Join us. We are going to lick it.
Bess 100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess 100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best
Good morning and welcome back. We're in what feels like the final segment of the program, but we are so delighted we have another guest at the table, so we don't get any time to review the safety tips which we got, which are important, and at some other point I think Percy and I will touch on them. But right now I want to introduce our second guest. Percy, this is your opportunity to introduce
Shelly-Ann Thompson of Golden Design.
You know, when you say Shelly-Ann, you gotta hurry up and say the rest of the name. People might expect the pockets.
Hey, you know, we could get her one day if we really want. Would you want us to get her?
But yes, I would. But at the moment, I want to celebrate this Shelly-Ann. Welcome, Shelly-Ann.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to your listeners, and I'm happy to be here myself.
Okay, so our baby smile.
Yeah.
Just light up the room and they see all of it. All right, Shelly-Ann, tell us about yourself, because we interacted based on JBDC, and we've been in a group for a very long time. So tell us, why is it that a young lady like you, and you told me, no, I'm not a young lady. Thank you for saying that.
Sure.
Tell us a bit about yourself and Golden Design.
Sure. So I'm the founder and executive director of Golden Designs. It's a company that was created solely dedicated to the welfare of senior citizens. We seek to empower and equip our seniors through the arts.
Golden Designs.
Correct. So in a nutshell, what we say is we kill boredom.
Murderers. You declare war against boredom.
Right. So we kill boredom among our seniors, and as well as we equip them to really unearth their talents using the arts.
You are pushing me now to find out what was the great motivation to address this group of persons.
I would say it was my senior friends. So I do have a number of friends who are seniors, persons who are 60 years and older.
Oh, thank you for saying that, because, you know, I start to wonder if she meant people in their 40s. Give her own junior looks.
Right.
So people in their 60s, how did they come to be a part of your immediate network? You grew up with your granny?
I did. I was raised by my grandmother, and having been around her, I started to associate with seniors.
Yes.
And then when
her friends became a part of your network.
Became a part of my mentors first. So they became my mentors, and then they became my friends. And then God would so have it that as I continued on my life journey, my closest friends would become seniors.
Yes.
And so just interacting with them, I would constantly hear them talking about, after I water the garden, I just sit all day and listen to the radio, or wait on soap opera to come on, or they would wait until the holidays for their children to visit them in Jamaica.
So your focus on artistic creativity as a source of relief and engagement, does that come out of your own gifts, or is that something you chose based on what the feedback you were getting?
It's multiple contribution.
Yes.
So I'm a creative myself. My background is writing.
Yes.
And then
Are you published?
Yes, I'm a published author as well.
Oh, well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So
Right. And then I have a love for the arts and culture. Having been around seniors, my weekends would often be spent at the galleries, at museums. They would take me to fairs, and I developed a real interest in the arts. And so I said, you know what, let me go on a journey to see where this fascination with the arts would take me. And I enrolled at Edna Manley.
So you're a graduate?
I'm a graduate at the Edna Manley. And while I was there, I was forced to come up with an entrepreneurial idea. And of course, the first thing I said was, could I write a book about seniors?
And that's what you did?
And my professors would not have it. They said.
So by that time, you had already published, so they knew you had writing down.
Experience.
So they want to push your boundaries.
Exactly.
I see, so.
Exactly. Precisely so.
Kudos to Edna Manley.
Of course.
That's true education.
Exactly.
Broaden the horizons.
So they pushed me to say, be more creative. Think of something that you could do when you leave the grounds of Edna Manley. Think of a company in which you can reach more seniors. So of course, I had to go again to the thinking box. So
you were already interested in seniors?
Yes.
And so they said, come with an idea that would allow you to do more
for
this
seniors.
first group of persons.
And something that is more creative.
Yes.
And so I thought of Golden Designs. Why don't we teach them the arts?
All right. So how does Golden Designs reach its target group? And is it a free service? It's entrepreneurial, so how do you make money from it? Tell us a little bit about that.
So we have three components. The first component is training. We're very big on upskilling seniors. We do believe in the fourth wave, that persons, once you're alive, you can still learn. One of our motto is learning as no age limit. So we do believe in upskilling our seniors, teaching them to use the arts as a medium in which they can learn something new. And when they learn something new, they can earn from this new skill.
Wow.
So what are your training modules like? How long and so on? How accessible?
Sure. So we are based at Regardless, the Manley Center. So that's even a story in itself. It's the former home of Edna Manley, the place where Edna would bring in artists from across the world to really unearth their talent, to refine their talent. So that is where we're based. So twice per week, we gather at Regardless and we teach our seniors. We teach painting, drawing, layered textile. And layered textile, if you understand textile, it covers a gamut of
styles.
range of styles. Right.
And you pay for this?
Yes, so the seniors pay, and it's a 3-hour class, twice per week.
For 6 hours. For how long?
We try to run per term as a regular school term.
Like a school term.
Yes, because we do understand that seniors too are caregivers.
Yes.
For grandchildren and also
and each other
and godchildren and all of that.
Yes.
So we try to run along the same school lines.
Yes.
So we start at the end of September up to the end of November, early December. And we take a break for Christmas because there are some seniors who do fly out.
Take their holidays.
They fly out, right?
And they fly out too.
Yes.
And
then what do you do? Exhibitions? How do you showcase the work? And how do people participate if I want to put my auntie in it or?
Sure. So the second component is we do activities. And we have done paint and sip with the seniors. So they will come with their relatives or they come by themselves and they sip wine or they sip grape juice and they paint. And we also have fairs. So this weekend is our first fair in which all our vendors are 60 years and older.
Oh, that's wonderful. Where is that being hosted?
That would limit me.
Yes, thankfully.
Well, if you're close to the age, we'll make an exception.
Please don't make an exception. Please don't. First, he needs a talent.
I need a talent.
We can train him.
By the time you finish training him, well.
You think that I might get a talent?
Well, I must tell you, we have had seniors who have come to our painting class who have not done painting in like 30 years.
Or ever at all?
Or ever at all.
Yes.
And when they're done, their pieces are beautiful. Their paintings, their pieces are just wonderful. Even they themselves are just wowed
by their own
talents.
efforts.
Yes.
It's a beautiful. It's what you're saying is a blessing. So you're having a fair this weekend. Where is it?
It's at Regardless, the Manley Center, right? For Washington Drive, Kingston 10. That is within the Waterloo area. So if anyone is familiar with
close to Mega Mart?
Very much so. Very much close to Mega Mart.
Close to Mega Mart.
Yes. So we're off Annet Crescent. Right.
No, but I you know what blew my mind? She sent out a quiz and she says, she remember I showed you the poinsettia.
Well, I thought it was at hibiscus.
What it?
Miss Pearl says it's a poinsettia, so we'll go with that.
The artist knows what she wants.
Yes, we as admirers can have our own interpretation.
It is art.
It's art.
Bring it up, Percival.
Let me see if I can find it. But she said she put a quiz. She says 68, 72, 106.
Yes.
So
the age range.
The age range. Who they painted it? So I went, no, 72. She said, no, far off. Ladies, 106.
In which case, her poinsettia is a brilliant poinsettia.
Yeah.
Will you bring it up, please?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Percy can find it. So persons who take advantage of your services, you exhibit their work. Do you have an online presence? I mean, how do we find you?
Yes, so we are on social media. We're on Instagram as Golden Design 60. Of course, 60 must be there because that's the age requirement. So it's Golden
eligibility
Design.
criteria.
Exactly. Golden Design 60. That's us on Instagram, and we're also on Facebook as
Go ahead.
yeah, we're also on Facebook as Golden Designs Senior Citizens Jamaica.
So Golden Design Senior Citizens Jamaica
on Facebook.
So wow.
All right, so whereas there's a starting age, there's an eligibility. Yes, I wanted to send it to show it. Just hold it to the camera.
Okay.
Oh,
there you
I'm not
go,
even seeing that.
listeners and viewers. Miss Pearl says it's a poinsettia.
The artist.
And
tell us about the artist. You're showing us the red flower.
Sure. So this is the beautiful artwork of the wonderful, the phenomenal Miss Winifred, Miss Pearl Stern. She is 106 years old. She is one of my motivations.
Yes.
I must tell you. So.
And you've had her since?
Well,
how long has she been with the program?
I met her about 2 years, under 2 years
so
ago.
You've seen her through 2 birthdays.
Yes. And we had a one-on-one painting session. So last year, this time, we had a sip and paint. And she was unable to make it. She wanted to come, but at the last minute, she said she wanted to go to church service instead. So, so we said, all right, let's take the sip and paint to her. So we went to her house and we had a one-on-one painting session. And she's just always been a creative. In her younger years, she was a cosmetologist. So, being a cosmetologist, that
beauty
takes
and design.
Of course, right? And I know she does her paintings. And when she heard about the fair, she said,
does her paintings.
So her work can be purchased at the fair.
Yes. She has done more than one pieces.
Yeah.
And they'll be featured at the fair. And persons may purchase the pieces.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I have to ask you the $1 million question. Highest grossing sale of a painting that you've done?
Ooh,
can we afford the painting?
That's a very good question, because we don't really keep a track of what the seniors make. We will ask them. We try not to have control over what they make.
Right.
So we teach them, we send them out to the world. What we try to gather from them is if they are getting sales.
And they are.
How their products are being sold.
Yes.
Yes.
And they are.
And they are.
Yeah.
Half and half, because that's part reason we're having the fair.
Yeah.
The seniors who are not a part of the program and seniors who are a part of the program, they will say that they create stuff and it's underneath their bed, they're in bags at
they
home.
need a market.
Yes, they're not being sold. So we said, you know what, let's just have a sale-a-thon in which they can get their products.
So how long is the fair going to run for? One day?
1 day, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. This Saturday, December 9, at Regardless, the Manly Center of Anna Crescent in St. Andrew.
All right, Miss Shelley Ann.
But I'm just thinking about this, and we've been talking about disabilities and these.
You want to tell her?
Well, you.
I've been teaching him that age is a disability. You agree or you don't?
No. Age is an ability. Age is wisdom. Yes. With that wisdom,
Should we tell her, Lowell?
You have garnered a wealth of knowledge.
Yes,
more than a number of people.
Yes,
so
but
use that wealth.
Yes, but the fact that you acquire knowledge and you're making an important point. There are many persons who think that because you have a disability, there's no value to the knowledge between your ears or the experience that you've garnered. And there's also the fact, too, that we need to be alert to the fact that having a disability is not a negative. It just is. It is the condition under which you live. But in the places where certain decisions are taking, age is included as a disability because it can impair your mobility, it can impair your hearing, it can impair your mental faculties, and the extent of the impairment is something that a modern society is challenged to acknowledge, recognize, and make allowances for it.
Make allowances for and utilize it.
Absolutely.
Yes. I think
so
the focus should be to utilize it more.
Understood then.
Yeah.
But
But
she said age is an ability that you
Yes.
have, but some people say, no, man, you stay in the corner, you're old, man. Old star, stay over there.
Well, here's the thing why I wouldn't call it an ability, but it's because you can't control it. Every day that you live, you've aged.
But you can control how you live.
Which is why when you make the adjustments now
Right.
to accommodate, you know, this is the week for awareness of the disabled. And did you know that is why Percival invited you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, because
Yes,
because
he invited you because the work you are doing is one of the brilliant accommodations that's being made for persons who are laboring under the disability of age. They're not to be ignored. Why did you say we kill boredom? How did that, what's the motivation
Yes.
for putting it quite that way?
And it's that negative idea that age should, when someone has aged, when someone has reached a particular age, they should be put one side and forgotten about. And working with seniors, we realize that is far from the truth. That there are a number of seniors who still have their faculties intact. There are a number of seniors who can still contribute to the development of our nation. There are a number of seniors who want to really mentor the young people so we can come out of some of the challenges that we face.
So are you facilitating mentorship through the Golden Designs Network?
Oh, yes.
How do you do that?
We pride ourselves on intergenerational knowledge.
Transfer.
And two of our teachers are actually under the age of 30. That is something that we say that we want to ensure.
How many teachers do you?
We have 3 teachers. And what we endeavor
Are you one
to
of
do,
the teachers?
Yes,
I'm
one of the
trying to see who's on the
I double sometimes as one of the teachers for the IT program. So we do have a computer and social media literacy class.
Now we're talking.
Yes, so sometimes I double as one of the teachers for the computer and social media literacy
But
class.
not for the fine drawing and the not the fine arts program.
No.
But that's
Right,
interesting,
so-
though.
so-
For IT and social media, my mom is 88 and she's on WhatsApp and all of them things. So
Yeah. So we do get a number of children who will sign up their parents, who are in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, so they can get their apps on their phones, so they can know how to access email, so they can know how to access social media.
Do you insist on in-person training or you do things online and house
We
calls?
do. So during the summer, there are seniors who love to travel, so we will do online classes during the summer.
Yes.
And we also have
flexible.
face-to-face. But that's one of the reasons why we say that a certain number of our teachers should be under the age of 30. So we work very closely with the Enda Manley College to recruit our teachers.
Yeah.
And what we have found is that when our younger teachers come to teach the seniors how to paint, they will learn crochet from the teachers.
There's the transfer.
So we have seen where one of our
Crochet
teachers,
is old-fashioned.
Yes, we have seen one of our teachers now who is a teacher who learned crochet from one of the seniors, and she's doing that as a side job.
Yes.
Earning
yes,
an
that's
income,
brilliant.
an additional income.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yes.
How old is your company?
It's just 3 years old, yes.
Okay,
3, yeah.
just pulling itself out the crib.
Golden Designs.
Yes, Golden Design.
Well, thank you so much, Shelly-Ann.
We
What you're
appreciate
doing is brilliant.
Brilliant,
We
yes.
love it.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, and we wish you all the success with what you're doing. The only thing now, you should tell us, how do we reach you if there's someone who wants to sign up for a program or sign up their senior?
Yes.
Yeah, how do we get to you?
So definitely can come out to the fair this Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday, December 9, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Regardless, the Manley Center.
Is there a cover charge for the fair?
It's free because we want everyone
Yeah.
to come. So
And
there's
food will be on sale?
food will be on sale, clothing items will be on sale, so the full body will be covered. Books will be there too, music will be there.
You get some real old music, some scan, all of them things.
Yes, and some old-time treats will also be there. If you know about the blue draws.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, peanut cake, all made by seniors. Everything on display.
You haven't said nearly enough about the fair.
Everything on display will be made by seniors.
Yeah.
So persons can definitely come to the fair to see what the seniors have
And
to
at
offer.
the fair, you will have a resource person available to take information for those who might want to register?
Definitely.
For our
So we are
program.
partnered with the University of Technology, Media and Communication Department, and they have assigned interns to us who will be on location to assist seniors at the fair and also assist seniors who will not be able to be at their booth for the entire day, which we understand.
Right. You mean nap time?
Of course.
I'm looking forward to my senior years. And then very quickly, is there a phone number?
Right,
or?
and so the phone number is 876-312-0624 or on Instagram, Golden Design 60 or Facebook, Golden Designs.
I think the social media contact will do it. Thank you so much. We're going to take our break now,
Much
9:30.
appreciated.
On the dot. Please stay with us. We're going to be right back.
Veg Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Bess 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make we chat, no man.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
Greetings. I go by the name of Miss Wire Waste. Catch me on Bess 100. I will be discovering the greatness of Jamaica and Jamaicans through people, places, and things, home and abroad. Playing you some good music, along with interviewing artists, soundmen, producers, and Jamaicans making a difference all over the world. So catch me between the hours of 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Monday to Thursday on Bess 100 FM. One love.
Saw you stepping from across the street, smiling happily with everyone you meet.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best.
Welcome back. Now, this is truly the final segment, and we're sad to see Miss Shelley Ann go because we're having a good conversation with her. To have a passion for working with your seniors. You know, yesterday in the prayer, as you know, you and I have a declaration which we've been making now going 2 years.
Right.
Crying out for the ordinary men and women in this nation to uncover that passion,
right,
caring for the children, the elders, that's the second group of persons, women and people with disabilities. And occasionally the elders fall in two camps. Well, in 3 camps. They can be women, they can have disabilities, and they're of age.
But
it's beautiful to see what she's doing.
And this is the power of social media. And I was in a group with her.
Oh, that's how you found her?
That's how I found her.
Oh, we don't want to talk about how you found her, Percival.
No, how she found me.
I want to talk about what she's doing.
No, but she's doing something fantastic.
Yeah. And you know, even in a different economy or different country, big business.
It is.
What she's doing.
Like you go to America. And
yes, where you have the numbers and where you have the market that is fired up about making sure that persons of us in a certain age group and senior citizens have money. They're not all poor and trying to get on, what is it?
NIS and part.
I think senior citizens and part. Isn't that for the students?
No,
part is for big people too?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're not all just trying to get welfare checks. And they continue to want to have vibrancy. You imagine us as senior citizens. We're not going to be just hanging around waiting on grandchildren. Those are going to be the greatest years. That is the time for travel and new ventures. Like who? Warren Buffett?
No, but you know, but interestingly, his senior advisor died and he was like 90-something.
The senior advisor is 90-something?
For Warren Buffett, the guy was his senior vice president, was 90-something.
Dear Jesus.
No, but one of the things, and I think we have said this before and we continue to say it, we must find a way in this country to tap into the wisdom and the knowledge that these people have had. Because some of the problems that we say we have, we return to the ancient paths in terms of things that have worked. And don't just throw them away.
Which we have thrown into the dustbin. You know, my pastor has a saying. Pastor Alf says, there is no dustbin for men. God did not create a dustbin for men. Hi, Tina. Yes, we're still on air, but we're securing breakfast. All right, if we let Tina distract us, you will hear that liver is an option for breakfast this morning. Oh, my goodness.
Aki and the other one was what? Stew?
Aki, saltfish and beans. I like both. But as we were saying, we're not going to be distracted by the thought of food. It's been maddening us all morning, smelling the breakfast and trying to make sure, Percival, stop being distracted by food. We're going to do a wrap-up in a few minutes, and then it will have your full attention.
Before we wrap up, there's something I think I mentioned it yesterday, but I saw it.
From the newspapers.
Yeah, 30 billion, 30 million US dollars.
It gone past.
Yeah.
To me now, it would look like, we're switching on you. We're looking at the headlines. Today's edition of the Daily Gleaner. I was on the news last night. I kind of missed it because I was starting a meeting. But I did see that they said, like, crisis at SSL deepens, some headline like that. This morning, the newspaper is telling us that the SSL fraud has ballooned past the $30 million US mark.
30 billion US
dollars, yes. But let me tell you what's more telling in this report, because I glanced at it long enough to be disturbed by the fact that the FID, running this investigation of it, they're doing the numbers and they say it gone past 30. It sounds like it might, to me, I would say, it probably will end up multiples of 30. But they say the problem goes back to the inception of SSL. I guess the name change is why they're saying inception, but they say 2006. They say it goes back to 2006. I know there's been rebranding because it wasn't always SSL. However, they say in this massive case of fraudulent banking that has taken place in an institution known to be connected to the highest levels of power and business in this country.
That is a real challenge.
They say they only have, let me find the number, I would not want to misquote it. Like they say they only have 23 statements.
Out of 200 people.
Out of over 200 people. I remember, you know, at one point they had revealed that they had like maybe 6,000, between 5,000 and 6,000 accounts, client accounts. They're saying so far 40 client accounts were named in this Lady Panton's statement. So if she's telling the truth, that's 40. They're saying maybe 200 accounts were compromised. But out of all that number, they only have, saying maybe 200 accounts were compromised. But out of all that number, they only have 23 official statements from affected individuals and entities. That is a disturbing bit of news. Because it would suggest
that people don't want
that people were robbed but are not admitting it or participating, or maybe they're refusing or they're not coming forward.
Or they were threatened, or say? Or cover up.
Now you're getting into why it's disturbing.
Massive cover-up.
Is there a massive cover-up?
They talk to the people,
In fact,
that might say.
For something of this magnitude, you would expect, you know how the young boy whose throat was cut, the 10-year-old, and they had the mother through the courts to get into her phone? You would expect at this time that there would be, because these are not anonymous accounts.
No, man, they have name.
Them have name and address.
And people.
And people. And you can tell me that the government agency running an investigation, seeing the names, the addresses, the details of persons who were robbed, and they can only get 23 official statements? And we don't see where they've charged anybody else. They have this one lady pulling her in and out of court. I can tell you without being terribly prophetic, that lady going to get off.
You think she's going to get off?
I think so. When you think about it, Percival, in a court, if that man in the child molestation case had his conviction overturned,
I wouldn't even go there. So, but remember, the Prime Minister
of evidence.
There, no. So them going to ask the Prime Minister too?
Well, I let you deal with that one.
But remember, it came out big, you know, that he had accounts and he closed them. So he should. So was
he robbed?
Was he robbed too? So it becomes untangled.
It's not untangled. It's very snarled up.
Tangled is a web.
Is the web we weave when first we practice to deceive. That's where you're going with it.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously SSL is something to watch, but beyond that, you're now getting the sense that you may never really hear or see the level of prosecution or hear the type of information that will be truly useful. The question for you and me and other law-abiding citizens, especially those citizens who have felt the long punitive arm of the law on way less than this, are we going to accept it? Are we going to accept it?
And say this is business as usual.
And just let it continue.
And there's a sense in my own mind that we need to move beyond that. It cannot be business as usual. We have suffered too long, in a very hard way, what has been perpetrated on us as a country, for people in certain positions. It's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. But I think that I'm getting a sense, and I'm not being prophetic, but just in terms of people, again, it has come up. A statement was said somebody's going to sue somebody because they said that they buy vote and thing, and I'm saying, but if you're in the hustings that you know, both sides do it. So it's not a new thing. So it's saying that I'm going to sue don't really mean nothing at all. Don't mean anything.
So in other words, you're not convinced that there's any reputation to protect?
No, man. No, man. The truth, and we are at the point the truth will come out. And you and I know some other things that it is there. And then too, I've noticed recently, a lot of people have been locked up, charged for illegal possession of illegal contraband, drugs and things. It's a year and 3 months now. Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
That major fine. Deputy Commissioner.
You're
Bailey.
talking to Mr. Bailey now.
Mr. Bailey, what is happening with that? What is happening? They have reopened the airport, but what is happening with that? We're not hearing anything. 1 year and 2-3 months, are we going to hear anything at all? Or will it go the way of the world? Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves as Jamaicans. It cannot be. As there's a God,
no, it will not be, because you know we have already
declared, as there's a God will bring to pass, is a God of justice and righteousness, truth and mercy. The truth is beginning to come out in a lot of ways.
May I proceed to my breakfast now, sir?
Oh, you can, my dear lady. No, seriously.
You're waxing warm on the subject.
No, man.
It requires another 4 hours of show.
No. But we really.
Yeah.
No, man.
All right. Thank you all for participating in the morning's journey. Free Flowing Thursday is one of our favorite days. We're happy that the Ligani Club continues to host us. And favorite chef, Jason Del Valle of JD's Urban Pub. Please be sure to visit the Ligani Club throughout the holidays if you're in the city and you just want to step back and enjoy something delicious in a space that is beautiful to look at. For the rest of us here, Pastor Percival, myself, Lowell, we are now going to have our breakfast.
And somebody online said maybe the one was going through the washing machine.
Yeah, I thought that. I'm back at the studio. Lloydie, thank you so much.
What's the matter, people? Solidarity. Solidarity. Oh. Everybody wants the same thing, don't they? Everybody wants a happy end. They wanna see the game on Saturday. They wanna be somebody's friend. Everybody wanna work for a living. Everybody want their children warm. Everybody wants to be forgiven. They want a shelter from the storm. Look at me, I hate the enemy. We walk on common ground. We don't need to fight each other. What we need.
I'm sure one of us will attend.
Solidarity. Oh, solidarity. Solidarity. Oh, yeah. Solidarity. Nobody likes to ask for money. Nobody likes to play the clown. Nobody likes to wait in a long line. Nobody likes being pushed around. Everybody wants a family protected. They want to express themselves. Everybody wants to live forever. Look at me, I ain't your enemy. Don't believe everything you hear. This is no time to fight each other. What we need. Solidarity. Solidarity. Oh, solidarity. Solidarity. Oh, yeah. Solidarity. 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 Hey, people! wants the same thing down there. Down there, down there, down there, down there, down there, down there. Everybody wants a happy end. They wanna see the game on Saturday. They wanna be somebody's friend. What we need, solidarity, solidarity, whoa, solidarity, Lord, solidarity, oh yes, solidarity, 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 solidarity. Solidarity, what we need, solidarity, what we need, solidarity, whoa, solidarity, 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 solidarity. Many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering, I am lost as I travel along wide cliffs of Dover. Many rivers to cross, and it's only my will that keeps me alive. I've been licked, washed up for years, and I merely survive because of my pride. But loneliness won't leave me alone. It's such a drag to be on your own. My woman left and she didn't say why. Well, I guess I have to cry. Many rivers to cross, but just where to begin? I'm playing for time. There been times I find myself thinking of committing some dreadful crime. Yes, I got many rivers to cross, but I can't seem to find my way over. Wandering, I am lost as I travel along. We can make a change. We can make a change. Come together. Whoa, well. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. If we don't change up the valleys and rearrange the system, we're always gonna be, the victim. My heavens declare Rastafari glory. Haile Selassie manifests his life. Well, You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Best FM 100 on your dial. Keep listening.
Veg Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
Get inspired when you tune into Vent, brought to you by Via Express Couriers. This and every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Best 100 FM. Hear from some of Jamaica's top entrepreneurs. Get updates on deals and upcoming events, tips for business, and pure vibes. Vent, a safe space for discussion. Make we chat, no man.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
We are something special on the road.